Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally. I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 19th of June 2024 and this is Flosstube number 79. A very warm welcome, whether you are a new or returning viewer. It is lovely to have you here. If you like what you see, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and liking my video. And also, if you have time, just leave me a little comment. That would be lovely, thank you. Before I show you what I've been up to, I do just want to say a massive thank you for all the comments on my last Flosstube. I haven't replied to them all, but I will be doing so probably when this is uploading. I do just want to say, because I didn't say it in my Flosstube, I haven't had any comments directly about my background or anything else that I spoke about in that Flosstube. I just wanted to speak out because I know that people have, and just basically saying don't bother saying anything. If you don't like it, just move on. So, but thank you to all those of you who left such lovely comments. So I'm going to get started, and I'll start off with my 5-year diary. I didn't get a book of days for this year. I decided to save a bit of money and get something that would last me a few years. So that is so far for June. I keep hitting my glasses. So far for June, all stickered up. I treated myself to a knockoff Taylor Swift cardigan and got a few stickers with it. So we have one of the stickers that was in with it there. So yeah, I've had a couple of new starts, one of which was a planned new start that I showed you last time, and the new start that I showed you. Probably won't have any more new starts for this month, but never say never, because you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have any finishes, but any more finishes. So that is for this month up to now. And it'll soon be the longest day as well. I just cannot believe how fast this year is going. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to start with a gift certificate that I received from one of my lovely viewers, not last Christmas, the Christmas before. And I put my gift certificate towards this. So you get the chart, you get a couple of buttons, you get the fabric, and you also get this backing board to mount it on. And do excuse me, I think allergies are playing me up, and obviously I still have the cough, but I will talk about that very, very briefly later on. So I'm using, I only had the Gentle Arts maple syrup from the Fancy Flosses, so the rest I've just subbed, and then I have some Petite Treasure braid instead of Krynic, because I don't like Krynic. I'm not even keen on metallic at all, but this, I think this is a better metallic. So I am stitching it with the fabric from the kit. It doesn't have a name, it's just a primitive hair linen, and that is where I am at. It takes a bit of stitching actually, even though it's just plain lettering. It does take quite a lot of stitching and concentrating just to make sure that you're getting everything right. But I am enjoying it. There was that moment of, how is this all going to fit on this piece of fabric? But it will fit, she says. And it's the needle minder that I showed you the last time. So yeah, that was my new start, not last week, but the week before. now move on to my whips. And the first whip that I would like to show you is the last of my 6 for 60. I had, and I'm going to get this right because I do believe I said it wrong. My last floss tube, or quite possibly the floss tube before, I don't know. I had 6 new starts for my 60th birthday in December. And I believe I said I had 60 starts. Well, I did not, because that would have driven me mad. I admire anybody that can do it, but it would have done my head in, so I did not do that. So this one is Teresa Kogut with Thy Hands, and I am stitching this with lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher. She joined me in this one. And if you watch Sally at Flossy Sews and Grows, Sally has just started this. She did want to start it with me, but she couldn't get the chart at the time, so she has just started it. And it is a lovely stitch. If you do get a chance to stitch it, do, because it is absolutely gorgeous to stitch. So I am using the DMC and the DMC conversion off the chart. I think it's 3 weeks dye works, and I'm just using the DMC conversion. And I'm stitching it on a 40 count sorry, excuse me, Vintage Country Mocha. And there we are. So I have done a little bit of this border here since I last filmed. I completed one of the trees, I think, and I've made a start on that beehive there. I've got some little bits and pieces to fill in on the birds, and I don't know whether the butterflies or moths actually. They look more like moths to me, but I could be wrong. And as I say, it's a beautiful, beautiful stitch. Thoroughly enjoy it. So there is still a fair bit to do on this, but I really, really like it. And as I've said before, I am intending on stitching the other 2 pieces that are on the chart, these 2. And it's a lovely booklet, really nicely presented, really easy to read. But there are some corrections, I believe, on Teresa Kogut's website. I have left the wording as is. But there is a correction for it to say with my hands I wrote, I believe, but I've left it as the cover and the chart that I have. Right, next whip is this one, and it's Heart in Hand Bluebird Sampler, and I'm stitching this along with Sarah, Sew Me Sarah, for Hare and Sally's Fun for 50 Sal 2024. Sarah was starting this, so I said I would like to start it with her. So I am using Roxy Floss Great Lakes, which was a birthday present from Sally. And I'm stitching it on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha even weave, and I'm doing it, where's that come from? I'll deal with that in a minute. Just with one strand, because I wasn't quite sure how far this thread was going to go. I think I could have done it with 2, but I think it looks fine. I'm quite happy with the coverage. It's covered quite well. So I've got a little bit more of the alphabet done, and I've made a start on the bird. And I'm also stitching this as part of mine and Lainey's Saturday Sal at the moment. So I'm really liking that. I'll just grab a drink. And then where's my threads? This one. So this is Stitches Through the Years Happy Spring. I have done the other 3 seasonal pieces, so this is my final one. And this is my Friday night sheep stitch with my lovely friend Barb, who is Batty Bat 210 on Instagram. Yeah. Don't really know what else to say. It's a lovely stitch. I have loved every single one of these. And the borders are quite good, really. They're not sort of what I would call higgledy-piggledy borders, where they're all different. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. But basically, like the border on Happily Ever After, it wasn't a uniform border, is what I'm trying to say, whereas this is. And my border met. That's always a cause for celebration, isn't it, if your border meets? So I am using the Call for DMC. They're not all there. I think there's a couple that's in another project. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And there we are, border met. So I just need to fill everything in on the border. I think I might do the same as I did with the autumn one, where I didn't stitch all the green grass down at the bottom. But I'll see. So yeah, love how that's looking as well. But that poor sheep. Every single one, there's something on the sheep's back, I think. Should be kinder to sheep. And then my next whip is Barbara Anna Designs Garden of Dreams. And I'm stitching this on a Wednesday evening. Sally and I have a Barbara Anna Wednesdays hashtag. And also joining us are Debbie, Sue, Audrey. I haven't made notes. But the names will be in the description box down below. So yeah, Sally and I are both stitching this for the Fun for 50 Sal 2024. Sally's using a green fabric, so she's not actually stitching this green background, whereas I am. But when I picked it up last Wednesday, I just wanted to do something particularly mindless, really, although it's not terribly mindless because you do have to watch where you stick the green stitches. And I'm stitching this with all the called for DMCs. Absolutely beautiful palette. Love these colours. And this is a piece of 32 count raw linen from Stash. And there we are. So I've almost completed the green background. Got quite a lot of the flowers done. There's a cat that you can see here. So it's looking quite nice, actually. Look, no, I'm not going to say quite nice. It's looking absolutely gorgeous, because if you've watched me before, you know me and these Barbara Anna Dreaming Girls. I like the majority. There are some that I don't like, but that's the same with any designer that I love. There's designs that I don't like. But yeah, really, really liking how this is stitching up. So that is that one. I'm not going to put that back in there because it's a bit of a flimsy chart and it tends to get a bit mangled up if I leave it in there, so I don't. I just work. I have a working copy. And then Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields Forever. And this is my Tuesday night stitch with my lovely friends Lainey Main, and Mouse, Michelle, Tales for Stitching Mouse on Instagram. And then Audrey at audabod on Instagram, and Yoanita Stitchy Things on Flosstube and Instagram. They're stitching this along with me as well. We all decided, the three of us decided to do stitch this as a sal. And I have to say, as much as I love the design, all of this lot is doing my head in. I don't think I would really mind so much if it was all in the same shade of, I don't know, green, whatever it is. But you get so far and then you have to change and stitch a bit in the other colour, and it drives me a bit mad. But anyway, it's pretty, so I don't mind so much. But then again, that's Blackbird Designs for you. They do tend to do that quite a lot. So I'm stitching this with mostly the called for fancy floss if I have it in stash. If not, I just use the DMC substitute. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count. When I always do this, I always cannot remember. Blush, bashful, blush. Bashful, 40 count bashful picture this plus. And there we are. It doesn't show up very well. I've not got my ring light on today. It doesn't show up particularly well anyway, even with my ring light on. So, yep, that is where I am at. And I know Barb's been stitching this as well, but she doesn't quite know what to do because I think she made a very, very similar mistake to the mistake that I made, and I unpicked mine, but she's got quite a lot done, I believe. So, she's not quite sure what she's going to do with it. I do like it. I think it's a really pretty design, but as I say, it's just all this, you just have to be so damn careful when you're counting and everything for these bits here. And I know that the border's going to be a similar thing as well, but it's a beauty. And then my final whip is Long Dog Sampler. Sampler is the Pilgrim. And this is my first long dog, so I am using the hashtag #myfirstlongdogsal. I am also using the hashtag Let's Get the Dogs Out Sal, which was a sal that Elaine Welly Stitcher started for her 60th birthday. So I joined in with this as well. Amanda Alba Stitcher, she's hosting this one, the Let's Get the My First Long Dog Sal. She was starting her first, so I said I would join her. And then I am also using the hashtag Long Dog Sampler Sundays as well. Although I do believe that the hashtags aren't working too well on Instagram at the moment. So yeah, I mean I chose quite a biggie for my first one, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm using Anchor Black, DMC White, and Carrie's Creations Old World Red, which is going to be for the wording. Well, it is for the wording. I've stitched one word up to now. And I'm using a 20 count Balana. I do kind of wish I'd used maybe 20 count Ada instead. It's a little bit, I don't know, stretchy maybe or whatever, but it's fine. And it's like an off-white. And if I can get it all in, there we are. Absolutely love this. there's times when I think I wish I was a monogamous stitcher because I'd just stitch on this. But then I'd get bored, so maybe not a good job, a good idea. So yeah, that is my final whip. And I have to say, I think this is my absolute favourite whip at the moment. I just love it. Not quite sure what this, I don't know whether it's a dog or what it is here, that's what it's doing, but anyway. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So, that's all my stitching. I haven't picked Guardian up. I really do need to get back to Guardian, but that will happen at some point. So I do have a little bit of haul. It's my fabric of the month from Fabrics by Crafti Kate. And this is the May fabric. And I swapped this time. Normally I get the 36 count linen. But this time I decided to opt for 32 count even weave. I liked the colour better on the even weave. I don't know whether it's going to show up particularly well. It's a really nice green. It's a bit washed out there actually. It's a much nicer green, and some quite nice mottling in it as well. And I do love being in Kate's fabric of the month because you can swap if you don't want a particular, if you don't want your usual size, you can just email her and say, can I have this for this month? Or you can even opt out if you don't like the colour, you can just opt out for the month. So, and I am quite looking forward to the next one, the June one. I don't know whether it's like a lilac-y colour, I can't actually remember now. That's really bad, isn't it? But it looks a really, really pretty colour. And then I had a message from a lady who watches my floss tube, and we also follow each other on Instagram. I'm not going to mention her name because I haven't asked permission, but she messaged me to ask if she could send me some of her herbal cough tea. She makes her own teas, and I said yes please. I will try it because something's got to work sooner or later, hasn't it? So she sent me enough for 7 days, for 4 days, 4 cups a day, but I only tend to drink 3 hot drinks a day, which would be normally be tea because I don't drink coffee. So I've only been drinking 3. And I'm still hoping that it will help. I have had a bad few days, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But I will say thank you so much for offering to send me this tea, and it does taste really, really nice. But not only did she send me the tea, I haven't got it, it's in my kitchen. She also sent me some lovely little apple buttons. And some DMC threads, the variegated ones. And I love these, they're really, really nice threads. I do have some, I don't think I've got these particular ones there. And then, sorry, there's going to be a bit of rattling while I take these out. Some floss drops. Oh, they're very, very metallic-y, and they are absolutely beautiful. Love those. Really, really pretty. That's very washed out actually, because that's actually pink. So I'll just pop those back in there. And a stick tripper. That'll come in very handy, won't it? Because they do seem to have been doing quite a lot of frogging recently. And then some honey. Little jars of honey. Honey dipper. And then a really cute bee charm there. And a lovely card. So thank you so much. As I say, I'm not going to mention your name because I forgot to ask permission, but thank you. It's really appreciated. Thank you so much. So I'll just do a quick update on my cough. There isn't really anything else much else to talk about, really. I did go back to the doctors because, as I said, I'd had quite a bad few days with it. I wasn't actually due to go back until next week, and I just had this feeling that there was something here in my throat, neck, whatever. I did see a different doctor. I asked for these particular two doctors. The one that I've already been seeing, she wasn't in. So I thought, right, I'll see this other one. And he, quite a few years ago, I kept getting like eczema on my face. It was on my neck, around my eyes, my forehead. And I've been going to this other doctor that I've already seen with my cough a couple of times. And she'd just kept giving me the same creams, the same pills, and it just kept coming back. And I went to this doctor that I saw yesterday, and he was going to refer me, and then he said, no, I'm just going to have one last go with a stronger cream, see how that goes. And it cleared it, and touch wood, it has never come back. So, my God, I just thought I saw Abby go past, and I'm thinking, no, it can't be Abby, she's not due home yet. Well, yeah. So I thought I'll give him a go. I was still sat in the surgery an hour after my appointment, waiting to see him. So he does not think it's reflux. I explained to him how it was. I explained to him that once I get into bed, I maybe cough a couple of times, and that's it. So he doesn't think it's reflux. He thinks it is postnasal drip that's causing it. So I have got some slightly stronger nasal spray, and I have also got some throat numbing spray to see if that will stop the tickle, so that I can stop coughing, because the more I cough, the more irritated my throat gets, so the more I'm coughing. He did give me a really good examination around my throat. He looked more than anybody else has done in my mouth, in my throat. So that's basically what I'm doing for the next few weeks, and then he'll see from there. He did say to me, what are we going to do with you? Because I think they're flummoxed, to be honest, right now, as to what is causing this cough. So yeah, it's just going to be a case of wait and see. My husband went to the opticians last week. He's now been referred to get cataracts done on his right eye first, and then they'll do the left eye whenever later on. It's his right eye that needs doing more urgently. So they're saying that he should hear something within 8 weeks and then get it done a few weeks after. Talked to a couple of people today, and they've said, you'll be waiting 6 months. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I think that is everything. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I am going to go. I am going to try and put a start card and an end card on this. I don't know whether it'll work or not. I've just done a very quick messing about this morning. I was going to do it earlier, a few days ago, but I've been plagued by flaming headaches, and I didn't want to sit at a screen. Thankfully they've gone now, because I just think I wasn't drinking enough. I think I just hadn't drunk enough. So if you see a beginning and an end to this, I've managed it. If you don't, I didn't manage it. But thank you, Dawn, for the suggestions. I was going to hang something over this door so that you're not looking at the door, but I don't know how I'm going to hang it. I've got I have a quilt, a cross-stitched quilt that was done by some of my lovely stitchy friends for my 50th birthday. It was all planned by lovely Mouse and lovely Lainey. Oh, why did I call you Elaine? Because I've never called you Elaine. Yeah, Lainey. Yeah, for my 50th birthday. And I was going to hang that in front of the door, but I don't know how I'm going to hang it. I think I'm going to have to try and find a way of hanging it from there, and then you're not seeing the door. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go at 31 minutes, so that will do. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for always being so supportive. You have no idea what that means to me. It means a lot, so thank you so much. Take care, everybody, and I will hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.